Hi everyone, we got a new story for you all. But as always, please like and subscribe to keep up with all our new videos. I love sleep. I love the ocean. There's something magical about the rhythmic sound of waves crashing against the shore, the salty breeze that fills the air, and the endless horizon that stretches out before you. Two great tastes, right? So I figured, why not combine them? Imagine drifting off to sleep, cradled by the gentle rocking of the ocean, the stars twinkling above and the moon casting a silvery glow on the water. Sleep on a surfboard. Genius, or so I thought. I pictured myself floating peacefully, like a leaf on a pond, lulled into a deep, restful slumber by the ocean's embrace. The gentle rocking, the sea air, what could be better? Famous last words. As I lay there, I started to realize that the ocean wasn't as calm as I had imagined. The waves were gentle, but they had a way of sneaking up on you. I paddled out, surfboard tucked under my arm like a giant, unwieldy teddy bear. The further I went, the more I felt the ocean's power. It was both exhilarating and a little intimidating. The sun was setting, the sky was on fire, the ocean looked surprisingly lumpy. The waves were no longer gentle caresses but playful nudges, reminding me of the ocean's unpredictable nature. Ah, I thought, a little nighttime surf. This'll be fun. The moonlight danced on the water, creating an almost surreal atmosphere. But as the night deepened, I realized that sleeping on a surfboard might not be the peaceful experience I had envisioned. Getting onto the surfboard was like trying to mount a greased dolphin. The board seemed to have a mind of its own, slipping and sliding beneath me. Every time I thought I had it, it would wiggle away, leaving me flailing in the water. It was a battle of wills, and the surfboard was winning. My arms ached from the effort and my legs felt like jelly. But I was determined to conquer this slippery beast. It kept wobbling, I kept wobbling, we were a wobbly mess. My balance was non-existent, and every small wave felt like a giant obstacle. I could hear the laughter of more experienced surfers in the distance, but I was too focused on staying upright to care. Each second felt like an eternity as I fought to keep my balance. The ocean was relentless, and I was just a tiny speck trying to stay afloat. Finally, I lay flat on my stomach, clinging on for dear life. The surfboard felt more stable this way, but I knew I couldn't stay like this forever. I needed to find the courage to stand up again. My heart was pounding, and my breath came in short gasps. The salt water stung my eyes, but I kept them focused on the horizon, searching for the next wave. Each wave felt like a mountain range rising up beneath me. They were massive, towering over me and threatening to swallow me whole. The power of the ocean was both terrifying and exhilarating. I could feel the energy of the waves coursing through my body, pushing me to my limits. It was a humbling experience, reminding me of how small I was in the grand scheme of things. Up, 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 then whoosh, down we'd go, only to be launched skyward again. The sensation was like being on a roller coaster, but with no safety harness. My stomach dropped with each descent, and I could feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins. It was a wild ride, and I was just along for the journey. The thrill of the ride was addictive, making me forget the struggle it took to get here. I imagined I was a human teabag, endlessly dunked in a giant, salty mug. The waves showed no mercy, pulling me under and tossing me around like a rag doll. Each time I surfaced, gasping for air, another wave would crash over me, sending me back into the depths. It was a relentless cycle, but I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Despite the challenges, I knew I would be back for more. Sleeping? Who was I kidding? I was getting a free roller coaster ride, not a good night's sleep. Every time I started to drift off, bam! Another wave would slam into me, tasting my terror, and probably my sunscreen. I swallowed more seawater than a beached whale. I considered swimming back to shore, but pride and a healthy dose of seasickness kept me glued to my bobbing bed. Section 4. Wipe Out. This is the story of a wave so massive it could only be described as a force of nature. It was a day like any other, the sun shining brightly, the ocean waves gently lapping at the shore. But little did I know, something extraordinary was brewing in the depths of the sea. Then came the wave, a towering monster that blotted out the moon. It rose from the ocean like a mythical beast, its sheer size and power leaving everyone on the beach in awe. The sky darkened as the wave grew taller and taller, casting a shadow over everything in its path. I knew this was it. This was how I became a cautionary tale whispered by salty old sea dogs. My heart pounded in my chest as I paddled furiously, trying to position myself to ride this behemoth. The adrenaline surged through my veins and every instinct screamed at me to turn back, but I couldn't. I had to face it. The wave crashed over me with the force of 1,000 fire hydrants. The impact was so intense it felt like being hit by a freight train. The water roared in my ears and I was tossed around like a rag doll, completely at the mercy of the ocean's fury. I tumbled, I spun. I'm pretty sure I saw a passing seagull salute me. Everything was a blur of bubbles and frothy water. I couldn't tell which way was up or down. My lungs burned as I struggled to hold my breath, and for a moment, I wondered if this was the end. When I finally surfaced, sputtering and gasping, my surfboard was nowhere to be seen. I looked around, disoriented and exhausted, the vast ocean stretching out endlessly before me. The beach seemed miles away, and I knew I had just survived something incredible. The wave had taken my board, but it hadn't taken me, and in that moment, I felt a strange mix of fear and exhilaration, knowing I had faced the ocean's wrath and lived to tell the tale. Section 5. Never sleep on the job. I eventually washed ashore, a tangled mess of seaweed, sand, and regret. My surfboard, meanwhile, was found 3 beaches over, being used as a buffet table by a flock of very smug-looking seagulls. Lesson learned? The ocean is a fickle mistress, and never ever try to sleep on the job, especially when your job is not drowning. Gap 3S. Welcome to our channel, where we blend the beauty of nature with the art of storytelling. Today we embark on a unique journey that combines 2 of life's greatest pleasures, sleep and the ocean. Imagine drifting off to sleep, cradled by the gentle rocking of the waves, the stars twinkling above, and the moon casting a silvery glow on the water. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, dreams sometimes take unexpected turns. Please like and subscribe to join us on more adventures like this one. Now let's dive in.